What's up, Planeswalkers? Dead on the Inside, Theorix6, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. I do, of course, hope you head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and help support the show. Now, today, we are finally playing some Rakdos zombies. I finally got a satisfactory number of practice wins in, and I do still plan on doing all the combination of zombies. Today we're doing Rakdos. So, this deck is slightly more aggressive version of zombies compared to some of the other versions, like the Golgari one. Golgari definitely is much more mid-rangey, tries to get a lot of value. This one tries to murder your opponent to death. So, we're running 2 Diregraf Ghouls and 4 Grim Initiates. The reason we're only running 2 Ghouls is because even though we're a relatively aggressive deck, we do still want enough slots for a good top end, and the fact that this comes in tapped and doesn't contribute to anything really when it dies means that only gets 2 slots. 4 Grim Initiate are great because the first strike is helpful in certain situations. If you have Death Baron or Judith, it means that you're going to have first strike either with Death Touch or just 2 power first strike, which is helpful. And when it dies, you get to amass. And there is a bit more amass in this version than there was in something like the Golgari version I did. Oh, also the nails are back. 3 Lazotep Reaper. I did 3 and 3 of this in Dreadhorde Invasion, and I think that's a fine split. But I didn't want to have too many 2-drops because, once again, I wanted enough removal and I wanted enough top end to still make the deck good. That said, this is a 2 zombie card for a single card. Two zombie bodies for a single card, which is fantastic. And the amass is good because it works with other cards. The 2 Dreadhorde Invasions, or the 3 Dreadhorde Invasions, are fantastic. It allows us to gain a bit of life later on in the game if we end up taking a lot of life from our shock lands or anything like that. And, you know, zombie of turn, usually helpful. And then, of course, 4 Dreadhorde Butchers, essentially the main reason you want to play Rakdos zombies anyway. Has haste, which is nice. It means that if you're on the play, you're almost certainly going to be able to hit in with this and it be unopposed. So you'll be attacking in with a 2-power creature on turn 2, that if it dies, you get to deal some damage to it. Actually, I'll talk about that in a second. There's some interesting stuff happened with this, but when it dies, you get to deal damage to any target, which is really nice, equal to its power that comes up. 3 Midnight Reapers and 1 Judith. There's definitely an argument to make to do a 2-2 split between Judith and Midnight Reaper, but I found that the card draw was a little bit more impactful than Judith was on average. That said, if you think that the cards aren't as important and you just want to kill your opponent as fast as possible, definitely up the Judith numbers. But Midnight Reaper is really nice because 1, it's a zombie, and 2, you get to draw cards. Unfortunately, it is non-token, so your amass cards just aren't going to matter, but it is still decent-ish card draw in matchups, unlike my beard, which is not decent-ish anywhere. Judith pumps your team and allows you to deal a bit of damage, once again, when non-token creatures die. It's unfortunate that these are a non-bow with amass, but for what it's worth, it's not like you're missing out on a ton of value because of the fact that amass is going to be one tall thing instead of many wide ones. We have 4 Death Barons, the true lord of the zombies. This gives your zombies +1/+1 and Death Touch. Death Touch is fantastic on this because Dreadhorde Butcher is going to be the one dealing the damage. So if, let's say, you're on a board where you have Dreadhorde Butcher, Death Baron, and your opponent has 2 creatures, you can attack in, and if they block their Dreadhorde Butcher, it has Death Touch, so that one's going to die. And then, I believe it uses the last known information to say, hey, this still has Death Touch. It dies, pings a target, that also dies. Very, very nice. Very helpful in general. It also helps to have Judith and Death Baron to get the proc for lifelink on Dreadhorde Invasion a little bit sooner. 3 Bedevils, it's removal, and it's real good. 1 Vraska's Contempt as some additional removal. Helpful, strong, picks up some life. I don't understand why this is an option. Automatically update your decks to include the new card styles you collect. Okay, well, I don't want it to. I guess it's because I made this before I did it. Sure, whatever. 2 Liliana Untouched by Death, as well as 2 Angraths. The reason that it's 2 and 2 is, 1, the Menace is actually fantastic, but also you have the amass synergy. Liliana, though, is fantastic because, 1, you can rebuy your zombies if you need to. The removal aspect is great, and gaining some life against certain strategies is fantastic, and draining some life against certain strategies is fantastic. So I do like the 2-2 split here. And then we do have 2 Widespread Brutalities. Typically, when you're playing an aggressive deck, you don't really want to be playing board wipes, but the fact that this plays into our plan originally is really nice. If you have Death Baron out, this amass token will kill anything that isn't that is not indestructible, so that's nice as well. And this can just be done if you have an empty board and you just need to kill a bunch of small creatures. So it has come in handy a lot. The red is a little unfortunate because we prefer everything to be, you know, black, but it's fine. 2 God-Eternal Bontus, fantastic card come down to late game. It has Menace, which is fantastic, and you just get to sacrifice any number of permanents to draw some cards. Sometimes we don't care if our creatures die. Sometimes we can use this as a Judith proc to actually kind of put the last point of damage on our opponent. And then sometimes we just flood out a little, and you get to sacrifice the majority of your lands and draw some cards. So that's very helpful. Bantu has been a fantastic addition. And then Liliana. It's Liliana. This is a much more aggressive deck, so as you can see, we're only running 1 instead of 2 or 3. Yeah, this is our mana base. Oh my gosh. I forgot I can do this. I just want the war ones. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad this is back. Look at these ones. I gotta do this because there's still no way to freaking do this on the other screen. There we go. Yeah. And I could have not done this, but I think it's good that everyone knows that this functionality is back. So all you do is you go into this, you hit basic lands, and then the colors, well, I have to show you, the colors that you select will be there. So there's also blue. Cool. Done. And home, and shut up! So we only played 3 games with this deck today. We are back in play mode because I am. Shut up. But you know, we had one legit deck, one okay deck, and then the last one is also an okay deck. So I'm going first, and I can 1, 2, 3, and then hopefully 4. Yeah, it's pretty good. Play in this. Cool. I fudged the nails up a little bit, a lot this time. But I was streaming painting it. By the way, if you want to watch that on stream, you can. Yeah, I mean, I'll attack here. If they want to sacrifice their Llanowar Elf to make it so I can't grow my Butcher, I'm totally fine with that. Because it sets them back on what they planned on doing for ramping. But let's see if they do that. It looks like they take the sacrifice. Nope, they don't. Okay. So they're valuing the ramp, and I think I agree with that, depending on what their hand is. I assume they're going to play a 3-drop here. If they're not, what are you doing? This might be big green with Wayward Servant, or Wayward Sawtooth, but it looks like it's just normal green, and this was the only thing they played. That's kind of strange to me. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack in. Cool. I'm totally fine with that. Gonna go ahead and Dreadhorde Invasion. Put down a Ghoul. Next turn I could get Menace. I can also Brutality if I have to. Wouldn't be very large, unfortunately, but something I could do. Yeah, if they didn't have a 3-drop to go into, I don't like that here. And this is still not fantastic. Like they can't even really attack for 2. I can just Bedevil this. This gets bigger. But I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm just going to tell Goreclaw to F off. And I'm pretty sure I attack everything here. Because if they take... Well, I guess I don't attack with Diregraf Ghoul. But I can attack with these pretty easily. If they want to block here for the free trade, that's fine. It grows this. If they want to block here, I get to kill their Llanowar Elf. That makes me really want to throw in the Diregraf Ghoul as well. Fuck it. I don't need the Diregraf Ghoul. I figured they'd take the greedy trade, or the greedy block. I'm relatively certain that's a mistake. Anyway, I do have some... Oh, right. Before Discord questions, I've got to talk about our previous games, our practice games. So, practice game, first one was against Mono Black Zombies. We were able to outpace them because our removal was better and we were able to be a lot more aggressive. So they had to make poor blocks, and those poor blocks made it so that they weren't really able to do much. Ooh, Death Baron. Don't mind if I do. I feel like I just attack with all... Yeah. Yeah, I just attack with all. I just go swinging. I would like another land, but... I think I'll just go swinging. Second game was against Grixis Control, and I think we had a curve very similar to this, except I think it was turn 1 Grim Initiate into turn 2 the Amass creature, the Lazotep Reaver. And then I want to say on turn 3 we went Death Bear, and turn 4 we went double Dreadhorde Invasion, but I'm not entirely sure. Why would you just... Why not throw the elves under the bus as well? Oh wait, was that tapped? That might have been tapped. Never mind. Could you Gulta here, maybe? Jadlight Ranger? I want the Rubbins. I want to be able to actually get the land so I can Angrath. Okay, sure. You have 4 blockers for now. What are you doing? Your hubris will be the death of you. And I can take that because this is about to become a 6-power creature, and they have a menace. You are insane. Cool. Anyway, yeah, Grixis Control had to make terrible blocks with like Bolus. They didn't have a turn 2 Thought Erasure, which was bad for them. Yeah, we were able to just run them over. Sure, dude. When that dies, I get to hit you for 5. You are dead. Let's see, if they didn't attack, they could have double blocked the 6/6. And they could have double blocked this in a way where they didn't die. So they could have technically survived, but because they allowed this to get so big, there's like no situation. Like mono green, that doesn't have any exile creature removal. So who knows, man? Who knows? And yes, the thumbnail is a reference to a band I've never listened to. Oh god, mostly harmless. I bet this is top tier. Has anyone else noticed Arena is back at that fizzy shit? That sound that I assume you can hear, that's Arena. That zzz sound. Well, this isn't a real game. Are you gonna play? Oh shit! All right. Well, could still be a game considering I kept a 2-lander. I'm so sorry about this zzz nonsense. I'm gonna go in because Dreadhorde Butcher is just fucking great. Gotta go whole hog all the time. If I draw a land, pretty easy Death Baron, I think. Depending on what they play, I might Bedevil something. Rude. I guess there's just Midnight Reaper here. Yeah, Midnight Reaper is a Chungus. Yeah, very unfortunate hand for my opponent. They only have 3 cards left. Llanowar Elves. Yeah, some nice elves. But... Gonna coil me again, dude? Rude. So rude. Kind of choked on black. But it should be fine. Oh, what? Why are you doing this? I'm doing this on purpose. I want to draw a black source. Fuck. They're onto me. I'm gonna go and play Lazotep Reaver. Hope they don't top deck something good. I guess I see why they kept this hand. Let's see if I die to RNG. Oh, okay. They can get another one. But I block stuff, yada yada. Should be fine. Last game was against Orzhov Knights. I assume he's gonna plop it in anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna double block this. Because that has trample. It's like, meh, I might as well get a kill here. I still get to draw a card. Hopefully, in some of those, I can get a black source. That is not a black source. And he didn't kill this. Fuck, I'm stupid. They both have equivalent. Yeah, that's fine. They both have equivalent toughness. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's just a no for me, Chief. Not even gonna give them the time of day. And it's gonna come back soonish, but I can do this next turn, so they're not even gonna be able to cast it. Whew. Are you for real? They're top decking Chungai? This is horseshit. I guess I try and set up. Yeah, so okay, so I play Death Baron. I play Death Baron, and then next turn I Widespread Brutality, and I'm able to kill everything. Yeah, I think that's a sacrifice I have to make. No attacks. I want to be able to block this. What's the other card you've drawn? Oh, right! They can just kill my Death Baron. Fuck. I cannot believe I lost this game from a Mull to 5. My opponent had the best of draws. Yeah, I mean, I just lose. God damn it. Yeah, there's nothing to do. That's frustrating. Not having that second black source was real unfortunate. That's the first time I've had issues with the mana. But you know what? I don't want it to happen anymore. Yeah, that's annoying. Last game against Orzhov Knights, they had real nice plays, but I was super aggressive, and they had quad blocked my 7. No, it was my 6/6 amass token that had lifelink, and I had mana up, and I was able to kill. They had one of each of the. They had 2 of the Benalia Knights, and they had 1 of each of the Black Knight and White Knight. Fuck off. Sure. I hate this freaking sound. Sure, I'll keep the land. I don't love it, but I'll keep the land. Yeah, then I was able to bedevil the black one, because the black one does not have pro-black. So it died. I'd love a red source into, like, almost no more lands for the rest of the game, please. That is first strike. How dare you? On their turn, it has first strike. I'm stupid. And of course, now I'm not going to get any red mana. I hate this game. No blocks. I'm not going to double block, but, like, why? They're not doing shit else, so now they're gonna play some big 5-drop, and I'm gonna be fucked because I'm not gonna draw any goddamn red sources or just another land. I'm gonna take another black land. Fucking thank you, sir. Wow, thank you so much for showing up. What is in my opponent's hand? They have 4 mana. I haven't done shit with it. I'm very, very concerned. Anyway, I got 3-0. Is a Boros deck. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not blocking. Fuck that. Gotta go to the Discord. Blood Crypt? Do I want another? Fuck yeah. See if I care. I'm gonna play one of these. Hold up a Contempt or something. Fucking attack in. Yes, I don't want to unnecessarily attack with my Judith Priest. Now, you must die. Questions from the Discord server. Woman is bonds. Oh. Sure? Yeah, sure. Kill that. Let's see. Frog asks, on a scale of... the fuck is this? On a scale from yeet to re... No blocks. How much does chocolate sauce... fuck it, let's do this. I don't need life. Life is for losers.
The undead make great minions.
And attack.
This looks like a fun toy.
How much does chocolate sauce on your mustache piss you off? I don't eat chocolate sauce. I don't understand what you mean by that. I don't like when stuff gets on my mustache. I mean, sure, that's painful, but I'm still at 6. And you're still dead. Yeah, cool. I really hate this sound. I don't edit things because I don't have the software nor the time. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave you guys on the promo for just a second as I exit out of Arena. See, as soon as I clicked exit, that sound stopped. Because Arena just loves having bugs and hating me. Please don't make the sound anymore. For what it's worth, Flipside Gaming still has sweet deck boxes. Sweet Dragon Shields for like $8. They also have pre-orders for Mythic Edition. Okay, things seem to be fine now. Anyway, back to the Discord. Jester Stinger, in your study of psychology, what is your opinion on medication versus therapy? I don't study clinical psychology. I don't give a shit about helping people. I just want to learn. I'm a research person. That said, 2, 3, 4. I can't wait to flood, but, you know, this is not a terrible 2, 3, 4 to have. Oh, that, I think, made it better. We're going to get some mono red? Yep, mono red, okay. So, once again, I think I'm going to force them to make the decision of do they block, do they make this trade? Because, once again, I'm fine with this trade. Hell yeah, dude. I don't want you having a Steam Kin ever. Forever? Forever, ever? Forever? No, what is your opinion of medication? They are not, it's not or. It is and. Medication is important. I take three medications. Oh, you want to talk about Cavalcade? Oh, I mean, I'll block. I guess this is goblins or something? Oh. I can't deal with that. But what I can do is Vraska's Contempt Legion's War Boss. So I need to put a hold on their first main, I think. So this is still bullshit. Like, if they play a Legion's War Boss, you have like no chance to do anything before they go to combat. Okay. Die. Now you may move to combat if you'd like. Sure, I'll take one. Yeah, I'm on a bunch of medicine. I also have been to therapy. I think it is very important to do both. So I can Judith, Dreadhorde. I can play just Bontu. I can Angrath. Which one do I like better? I don't really want to take a bunch of damage because I am still playing against an aggro deck. So I think I like the idea of Angrath here. And then next turn do these based on things. Okay. And we're still chungusing them down better than they're chungusing us down. Unfortunate, but we do have a nice block. Yeah, I mean, they can, for what it's worth, attack Angrath. But I'm totally fine. Yeah, they're diverting power. Flame of Kelp, sure. Ooh, Bedevil. I do like a Bedevil. So you're going to die. I don't think I care at all about Menace. Come on. Like, at this point, my opponent is an aggro deck on the defensive, and that's what we want. Right, we're attacking him for 7. Yeah, they have to block here. They're going to draw 2 cards. They're going to draw 3 cards, but, like, who cares? We're the ones who are forcing the issue here. But yeah, Jester, they're both important. Anyone who says you shouldn't take medication is a fucking idiot. Anyone who says you shouldn't go to therapy is a fucking idiot. No ifs, ands, or buts. Alright, so we're going to play this. We're going to go ahead and Judith up. Swing in. Gain some dank life gain. They have to block somewhere at least. So we might die, unfortunately. But, you know, we're at 22. It's the best we could have done. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're dead now. That's horseshit. We're incredibly dead. Because that's 3 each. That's bullshit. What are these top decks, dude? That sucks. That sucks. Like we're doing everything in our power to win that game, and they just top deck like the best of them. Banana, do I solve any twisty puzzles? Rubik's cubes, Mega Minx? No. Sushin, what's your opinion on climate change? It depends on what you mean. Climate change occurs. That the climate does change over time. Okay, this got a 1 into a 2 into a 3. Would I rather play Grim Initiate? Blue-green. Blue-green, I think I would actually rather play Ghoul, because Ghoul is a more aggressive card. That sounds weird, but I think that's the case. And we're playing up against Bant. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm fine with this. Gonna go ahead and play Dreadhorde Butcher out. Once again, I'm gonna force the issue. Do they prefer their ramp, or do they prefer killing my Dreadhorde Butcher? I'm 1000% fine with that. I love the idea of denying them ramping to 4. So there's the Malkovich cycle, Milankovich cycle, something like that, where every certain number of years there is a cooling and warming of the atmosphere and whatnot. I guess I'm gonna keep this back, and next turn I can just Liliana and kill that. So sure. That said, trends do show that humans do. Just like comparing the previous Milankovich cycles and things like that to where we should be, it appears that humans have caused it to increase. Humans are not the only cause of climate change. That is a natural phenomenon, but it is unnatural at the rate of which it's changing.
And fine.
What are you looking for, Tamio? Deputy of Detention? Up in here, you won't find one of those. Alright, so we're going to go and play this. We're going to Liliana. We're going to minus and kill this. And I guess we put Tamio to 1.
I do what needs to be done. Oh, they're overwhelming.
Yeah, I think I do want to put Tamio to 1. Alternatively, I could just put them to 12, but I think I'd rather deny them the ability to actually use her minus at all. I could have attacked with just this and put her to 3 and force them to make the decision, but I don't want to give them a decision. Dex then asks, what is your favorite Magic card that is also utterly terrible? Theirs is Charging Badger. I can't think of a card that's utterly terrible that I like, but I guess I'll say my background wallpaper on like all of my devices, which is Oracle of Dust. It's like not a terrible card. It's just not really played. I play it in my Rexial EDH deck, which is like a Cthulhu themed deck, Eldritch horror type thing. A lot of Eldrazi, a lot of cards from Innistrad, etc., etc. On to the next one. Relichter, when did you start Magic, and what deck did you play? I started Magic when I was in 5th grade in 2005. A student, I assume college student, came to my elementary school's after-school program, and he taught a bunch of us. I get to go first. I don't have any 2-drops, but I do have like a nice curve after that, as long as I get another land. So I think this is fine, especially considering we're relatively lucky to find a 1 or 2-drop. You know, playing a 1-drop on 2 isn't terrible. It's not optimal, but we're only running 6 1-drops, so it's fine. I would like to get something to play on turn 2, but it's really hard to argue getting rid of this hand. Yeah, so he taught a bunch of us to play. My first deck, I'm pretty sure was zombies. I'm fairly certain, like, the first deck, and it was, like, zombies. And it actually kind of ties into another question that's asked later about my my favorite land arts. But I played with the, I think, Onslaught Swamp that was, like, green looking. And I'm fairly certain zombies were, like, my first deck that I made out of those. He gave me, like, a World Gorger Dragon and shit. I have that World Gorger Dragon to this day. That is a card I will never trade, because that is one of the first cards I ever received for Magic the Gathering. I will never get rid of that card. Well, unfortunate, but Castle of Eye. If nothing else, I have Midnight Reaper and a Midnight Reaper, which is okay, but... Zeph asks, what are some of your favorite and least favorite cards spoiled from Modern Horizons so far? I will answer that. Fuck you. Well, I have an additional Angrath. So this is Esper Control. Cool. I'm not gonna say what they do, but I will say what they are. All right, I guess that doesn't actually work. Whatever, it's fine. Generous Gift and the fact that the sword cycle is being finished, Sword of Truth and Justice, those are I'm hyped for. Generous Gift because it is a fixed Beast Within, because Beast Within violates the color pie. Green isn't allowed to kill creatures without using their own creatures. Like, they can fight and stuff, but they can't just destroy a non-flying creature. That's it, okay. Got a Judy. A Judge Judith Shrineland? I don't remember. And then for least favorite, Zhalfirin Decoy, because it's not a knight. I like knights. And Force of Virtue, because it, in my opinion, is the weakest of the forces. My opponent can have, like, a negate up or some shit. I'm just gonna cast a Judith and fucking whole hog in there. And if my opponent would like to hit my board, I get to draw 2 cards, and my opponent's gonna take 2 damage. Let's see. So I can exit out of those. There's many tabs open for these questions. I legitimately, like, when I get these questions, I prepare for them. Interesting. Are you going to bounce someone?
I am not going to sit this one out.
My friend, it looks like you only have 3 lands in hand. I'm gonna bounce Judith. I'm gonna bounce Midnight Reaper. Judith. Midnight Reaper. Midnight Reaper it is. Didn't even play another land. Wow. Sucks to suck. We're gonna go ahead and kill that, and I think we're just gonna Angrath here.
Ever seen water ramming speed?
Ever see water ram? You will.
We will meet again.
We will ram again. Frog again. Radiohead. Dope or nope? I legit only know creep. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. The hell am I doing here?
Slow this down.
I don't belong here. Oh, oh. I like the song Creep, but I don't care about Radiohead. In general, I don't care about like bands. Do you have a land yet? Good for you, friend. So I have 5 manas. You can kill this. I don't, like, I'm probably going to get Kaiserwrath. Non-token, non-token. So it doesn't matter too much, but I think the play is definitely Dreadhorde Invasion. And I don't think I actually use Angrath here. Because I'm almost certain that I'm going to get Kaiserwrath, and I don't need the extra power here. So I think I'm going to do this. Midnight Reaper is just going to draw me a card, and that's fine. But the main reason I want it to draw me a card is to almost guarantee that I can play Liliana. My opponent knows about all the cards in my hand, but they've stumbled so much that I should be able to just capitalize on it. Because if they don't wipe my board here, then I'm just going to get in for a decent amount of damage. If they want to hold up counter magic. And if they do, they're going to be tapped out, so I can just play Liliana. Cry? Sure. I guess they could Spell Pierce me? Well, I didn't draw it anyway, so cast Levi and all that. And it was a Cry. I guess I can force them to have another Cry. I wanted to draw a card, you bastard. Yeah, I think I'm just going to force them to have another Cry. Once again, I'm just going to keep this fine. Glowing Cat Shark. What is my favorite basic land art? If you have any off the top of your head. I don't have it off the top of my head. In fact, I looked at every single basic land art in the game. And it was very hard to choose favorites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you all which my favorites are. And then I'm going to post in the description a link for every single one that I picked out from all of the card arts, all of the land arts that I enjoy. Because that is what I want. I missed something. They played a land. Which land did they play? It was this swamp. Yeah, it was this swamp. Liliana? Nice Liliana, friend. Fuck. Where's my land? I guess I'd rather just Judith. The people are real, the cases are real, the rulings are final. Still not a reason to do anything with this. Gonna obviously kill Narset because I don't want you having any fun. I'll kill this. I need to kill Narset to make sure I'm able to actually draw cards. The thing is, my opponent does still need an additional land. Let's see if they got one. If they kill my board, I get to draw 2 cards, and I get to ping them for 2. Unless it's a cry, in which case I will cry. Is it Kai's red? Is it Kai's red? Is it? I guess a reason for pumping the 3/2 is so it doesn't die to a another cry. But I'm fairly certain the Esper decks have Kai's Wrath. So my favorite basic Plains art is the Contempt. Interesting. I do love a Dreadhorde Butcher. So let's go ahead and cast Death Baron first. Swag. Let's play Dreadhorde Butcher. Let's go ahead and just use this, because why not? Let's go ahead and attack for a bunch. Ooh, put him to 2. If my Dreadhorde Butcher dies, they die. Get fucked. Favorite basic Plains is the... I can't read anything. Oh gosh, what have I done? Is the... The RNA Guild Kit 2. It's number 50. It's the Orzhov Plains. I fucking love that art. I don't have any, and I feel like I should buy them, but I also feel like it's probably going to be expensive. These are zombies. I want to say the rest of this fucking question, so, you know, I do what I want. As for basic islands, once again, I don't think I own any of these, but my favorite is Amonkhet 260. That is the one with, like, the red rocks and, like, a bunch of Lazotep water, I guess? I don't know. Turn 1, turn 3, turn 4s. Sure. We're going second. Ooh, Blast Zone. Fountain of Renewal. We're in for a beating. I'm fairly certain we're going to lose this game. Basic Swamp would be the Unhinged 138. I love that swamp. Basic Mountain. This seems like it's probably going to be a really weird one. Why are you confused? I got a 2-drop, so that's nice. It is Dominaria 262. It just reminds me so much of a Bob Ross painting that I'm like, yeah, it's got to be that one. Oh, you know what? This is probably artifacts, like Jeskai artifacts, maybe, or just is it have like Karn and stuff? No, okay, it's Jeskai. Sure, can gain in life, yeah. Go ahead and play this. Go ahead and play this. And then, of course, my favorite forests is a new one. It's the Global Series Jiang Yangu, number 40. It's a bamboo forest. What is not to love? Mizium Tank. Ooh. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Interesting. Very interesting. That said, I'm pretty sure I just want a Judith here. Because, like, Angrath only gives me +2 power. Judith gives me +4 power. So I'm essentially playing 4 power worth of haste. Ooh, gotcha. Opponent's down to 10. I did 10 damage to them. Oh no, they're back to 12. How rude. And then last but not least, Caligar. What are your thoughts on Modern Horizons, and do you wish it was coming to MTGA? My thoughts on Modern Horizons is that it is a fantastic supplemental product because it allows Wizards to put cards into Modern that Modern needs. Be it reprints or just new cards to fluff the format up, you know, make it a little bit more interesting. And they don't have to worry about the restrictions that are placed on Standard. So I think it is a fantastic product. I really, like, the first Modern Masters was a fantastic product. The second Modern Masters, if I recall correctly, was a fantastic product. After that, they kind of went to shit, and then Wizards was like, we're just going to discontinue the Master Series. It's because of you. You had to make it discontinued. Yeah, sure. I will take damage. I'm fairly certain I win this. I'll just play Angrath, I guess. I gotta give it the Menache, so my opponent is just dead. Yeah. Got him. Do I think it should come to Arena? No. Because it is a modern set. It is not for Standard. It will not be in Standard. It shouldn't come to Arena until when/if Arena gets modern. And I do not think Arena is going to get modern for at least 5 years. There are just too many sets to fill in. It is much more likely that Arena will have the Arena Plus meta for the rest of time, and that just becomes like the new modern or something. I'm calling it Coliseum because I like that name. Works with an Arena. But yeah, I do not think Modern Horizons should be put on Arena alone. It would be interesting as a draft format where it's like Phantom Draft, so like they would have to change like how cost and shit works, but the issue with that is they have to code in cards that we wouldn't use other than in a Phantom Draft. So what am I doing? Pack? Yeah. I'm satisfied with how this recording went. I feel like the deck did actually relatively well, and that's, I mean, I've had this deck trying to play it for a while, right, and it just never felt right. It finally felt right, and it worked out decently. Few bad games and top decks and whatnot, but I think this was fine, and that's why I wait. I don't always just put a deck together and immediately play it. So I try to build a deck. So let's talk a little bit about some of the cards that I considered putting in this deck. Eternal Taskmaster is great, but as I said, like, we already had too many 2-drops, and Eternal Taskmaster, since we're focusing a little bit more on the mass, doesn't get back a ton of things, and it is just a bit of an investment for a deck that wants to be more aggressive. Graveyard Marshal, once again, glutted 2-drop, and the fact that we aren't going to have a ton of creatures in our graveyard, it's mostly a mass stuff. Liliana's Triumph. We are running 3 total Lilianas, and it is decent removal, but it is kind of dead removal against control, and I wanted all of my removal to be useful in any situation. Of course, Black-Red can't deal with enchantments for now. Black allegedly is going to start being able to deal with enchantments, and I think that's good. I think Black being able to deal with enchantments is nice, but they can't deal with artifacts, and then Red can deal with artifacts but not enchantments. I think that's a nice like stitching there. I don't think Black has to not be able to deal with artifacts or enchantments. I think that's a bit much. Herald of the Dreadhorde. It's decent. We just had better 4-drops. You know, we had Lilianas, we had Angraths, we had Vraska's Contempt, we had Widespread Brutality, right? There's other things. If you're looking for a little bit more of a budget build, I think this is fine in place of any of those. It's just, it is a budget option. Joseph S. We had, like, I would play Herald of the Dreadhorde before I play Joseph S, because this is not a big mana deck. You're never going to kick this. It is just a 4-mana 4/5. It has Menache, which is nice, but Herald of the Dreadhorde works with the amass stuff. Dreadhorde Twins, another one. Like, if you legit just don't have the rares or mythics to make like Liliana and Widespread Brutality, you know, 2 Herald, 2 Dreadhorde, not terrible. It works with all of your zombie tokens, but you're probably not going to have a ton other than just the normal one. So, still, but you know, they work fine. They're just not the best. They're budget alternatives. Neheb, I really wanted to play this because Neheb looks fucking awesome in this art, but he's just not good, and he's a 4-drop. So yeah, Captive Audience. It costs too much. It makes zombies, so I just wanted to mention it. Anyway, that's the end of today's video. Thank you all once again in the Discord for those sweet questions. I'd of course like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zin, and Rexel, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them supporting the channel on Patreon, you can find links to that down in the description below, or you can just hit that join button, become a channel member. Essentially the same thing as a patron. In the description, you'll also find links to the Discord server, where you can ask me questions, as well as chat with me, play games with everyone, etc., etc. And my Aether account, which hosts all of my deck lists, as well as today I'm going to put in a link to all of the Scryfall links to the land art that I love, the basic land art that I love, because gosh dang it, there are too many to really choose. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vid. I freaking love zombies, as you can probably tell by the fact that zombies was my first deck, and zombies are my current avatar. If you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, turn in the vid to some of your friends. This one is the real ask. Pass the turn in the vid to some of your friends. I would love to get a wider audience. I need to freaking... Merchant constantly tells me, like, just freaking set aside some time and we can collab and you'll get a bunch of people. And I'm like, I know. So what I'm going to do is after I finish recording this, I'm going to message Merchant. Oh, wait, it's like fucking late as shit there. Never mind. Tomorrow, I'm going to message Merchant and be like, yo, what up? Anyway. Until next time, all will be one.